Did you chat to Ben before his podcast with me?
No. I just had a couple of questions, but he wouldn't give me anything.
He absolutely just stitched me right up. It was hilarious. So wait till you watch his podcast. He's thinking outside the box, and you've got a similar business to him where you're thinking outside the box with your marketing as well.
Trying to think outside the box. I find it a little bit more difficult. Ben is very natural with Ben.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're trying to.
Definitely. So tell us about you and your business. So you've been in sales for a couple of years now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had a business prior to coming into real estate, and that was a very difficult industry. So I just wanted to change. But what I like is the chase of the contracts. That's what I liked in my previous business. So I thought the two ran hand in hand, and the transition was going to be a lot easier.
Yep.
Than it probably is. I mean, it's quite a contrast to what I was doing. I found it quite stressful and it's hard work, but I like that.
Yeah.
That's what I like about real estate.
Nice. Yeah, it's not easy real estate, but it can get easier, obviously, the longer you stick at it. And if you stay consistent and you do all the right things, like anything, you will be rewarded for it, But when you thought about getting into real estate, you might have thought it was something. Is it what you thought?
It's that and more.
Yeah?
I absolutely love real estate. I love the whole concept. I love all the people, the support that we get at Freedom. Awesome. It's unbelievable.
Awesome.
When we had our business before, there was no support. We fell, not every hurdle, but a lot of hurdles. We're making decisions that we knew, were out of our thought process, and then we fell. But we learned very quickly with that business. Where here you've got a lot of agents, got Freedom, behind us. It makes the process a little bit easier.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, you do it well. I think you've got a really good career ahead of you. It's just about trying to get through this first little part that you're in at the moment, and you're nearly through it, I think. So, yeah, and you're finally figuring out like what you need to do every day, which we're throwing different things at you, like building your database, and you took that on board and you built this huge database, but now it's like, are you not speaking to the right people? Now it's like trying to make sure you're speaking to the right people, but then how do you get through the door? How do you close them? How do you get better at your listing prayers? Like there's so much to it, isn't there?
Absolutely. So like, as you just mentioned, we got this big database, and now we're just literally going through and calling every single person. But after a few meetings with Jake, that pathway has come a lot clearer, and we know where we're going. The direction is a lot clearer.
Definitely.
So it's we're actually feeling like we're getting somewhere. We're getting a bit more traction.
Yeah, I see that a lot of agents, they feel like they just have to get through the calls. They think like, oh, well, if everyone just tells me I have to do 100, 150 calls a day and I should be able to get business. And you're like, yeah, for sure. But that's maybe to build a database. But once you build a database, you then need to really dissect it, and you need to cut it into sections so that it's really clear who you need to call every day.
That's exactly where I was at that point. I thought it was just a matter of making calls. You make calls. But listening to yourself and listening to others, it's not about that. Now, at the moment, we are constantly letterbox dropping. I'm constantly door knocking. I will speak to everyone in my patch.
Nice.
I'm knocking on every single door, and I will talk to everybody.
Brilliant.
And they'll know who I am.
Definitely. And obviously, that needs to take up a certain part of your day, because that's basically farming. But then you've got to hunt as well. So, and the hunter, they don't spend their whole day hunting. They just, they plant their seeds, and because they don't want to be hunting all the time.
That's right.
So they want this fruit to grow. But at the moment, you need to hunt, and you need to find some food, and you need to kill. So, so there's a part of your day where you're really hunting for business. So what are you doing in those parts of the day?
So we're doing our emails. We go through our emails, emailing people. We're making sure we've got touch points to all the warmer people.
Yep.
We're making sure that we are touching them in different ways.
Yep.
That doesn't sound too personal. And then I spend 2 hours a day every day.
Yep.
Outdoor knocking. I just spend the 2 hours, hour and a half to 2 hours, especially when people are coming home at 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Nice.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Making sure I talk to people.
Fantastic. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. If you spend the first part of your day really making sure you know who the next 5 sellers are. Who are my next 10 sellers? You know, who are my hottest 20 buyers right now? You know, like if you're always on top of these people, when you're now door knocking, you're not door knocking just randomly to say hello. You're door knocking for those 20 hot buyers that you've got, because specifically they really want that house that you're door knocking. So it's a little bit easier to have a conversation with someone at the door now, because you know these 20 buyers that will buy the property, and you can say, listen, I've been dealing with this lady, her name's Jane, and she just missed out on this one around the corner, and I've door knocked every 2-story in the street. And I do that because I want to get to meet you as well, but I also have got your buyer if you wanted to sell it.
Also, we've got our brand awareness going, and what was really good just this week is I went around door knocking, and on 2 occasions on the same day, the first guy came out and went, I follow you on social media.
Nice.
You know, okay, he doesn't want to sell his house. He's only just moved in. But the second guy, he's with another agent and said, I'm really annoyed by this agent and I want you to keep in contact with me. I want you to list my property.
Nice.
So that was only 2 days ago.
So good. So good.
So I'll just keep in contact with him and hopefully we'll get listed.
And do what you say you're going to do, you know, like if you meet a buyer and they say to you, well, listen, I'm ready to buy a home in the stage of offers, make sure you let them know the process. You say, well, listen, because you're one of my hottest buyers, I'm going to call you every 3 or 4 days, or whatever you say you're going to do, that's what you do. Absolutely. You know, if they're not as hot, you say to them, listen, you're not my hottest buyer at the moment, so I'm not going to call you every 3 or 4 days like some of the hottest ones I've got. But what I will do is I'll give you a call once every week or once every 2 weeks or whatever you want the thing to be. But when you become hotter, I will start to ramp up the service for you, because I know there's nothing worse than an agent ringing you all the time when you're not quite ready. You know, so let them know. And if they say, oh, well, actually, I need that, I would like that, then you ramp it up, you know, but you give them the service that they need. And you can handle this because you've got a team, you know, like tell us about your team.
Well, there's Velma.
Yeah.
So it's me and Velma.
Yeah.
That's our team. And we're trying to come across as like that husband and wife.
Yeah.
You know, we're a family and just come across on that softly approach rather than a hard sell.
Definitely. Yeah, and definitely so that's your unique thing that you've got there, you know, like you can offer the sellers something slightly different because you've got more bases covered potentially.
Yeah, and not everybody wants a guy to come into their home, you know, on their own. You know, we've got Velma there as well, and we've had conversations where actually the vendor, we've got one at the moment, the vendor would prefer a female in the house as well as the male.
Nice.
So that was a good dynamic for us.
For sure,
yeah.
For sure. This podcast show is all about you, agents. It's all about giving you the tips, the tricks, the strategies to take your business and your life to the next level. I'm very passionate about helping real estate agents, and the more people that subscribe and like this show, the better guests we can get on and the more value we can bring to you. So follow us, give us a like, and tell your friends. Look forward to working with you. Yeah, it's hard to win every seller over, but if you try and cover as many bases as possible by having, you know, the feminine touch there as well, and having maybe you more as a bit more salesy, and, you know, then the lady that holds the hand a little bit more, and, you know, or vice versa. I think that works really well.
Yeah, and Velma doesn't want to be that in the spotlight. She's quite happy to be in the back room and, you know, just making sure she's appeasing everybody and looking after them.
She loves it though, eh?
She does like it. Yeah, she does like it.
She loves it.
She
loves real estate.
She likes everybody here at Freedom. She thinks they're great.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, you guys have been awesome since you've been here. You fit in really well, and yeah, it was nice to have some more experienced, more mature people in the office as well. You know, we've got a lot of young, up and coming, really good agents. You know, but it's good to have a bit more life experience in there too.
Yeah. I sometimes think that maybe it was a bit late in our career to change, but do you know what? It's making me feel younger.
Yeah,
it's giving me that extra step.
Yeah.
My goals are there. I've set my goals, and
nice.
And I don't look away from them. They're there every day.
Yeah.
You mentioned it earlier in that in the meeting, and I have my goals.
That's awesome. Yeah, you got to. Yeah, how do you feel when you wake up in the morning?
Energized.
You feel good?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's so good.
Every day.
So
yeah,
good.
I so look forward to working in Freedom.
That's so good. Yeah, we appreciate that, mate. Yeah, obviously, Freedom is what it is. It's, you know, it's the people, it's the culture, it's you know, but this is still your business. This is still your life. You know, like you're the one doing the work. You know, so we might be here in the background supporting you, but this is about Steve and Velma Allan. You know, like they're the ones that, you know, are going to make this work. So how are you going to make it work? Like, why should someone list with you other than you having the family team? You know, like what is your big push?
Look, I don't think there's anyone else out there in our area that is like Velma and myself. I think we give a little bit more different dynamic. We're both very hard workers. We've got a good work ethic, and all we want to do is the right thing for our clients and for ourselves.
Definitely. That's so good. Yeah, and it comes across with everything you're doing right now. So, like, what is the thing that you're really struggling with? Like, what's the biggest challenge you're faced right now?
At the moment, it's trying to get people to listen to us, to invite them into their home, to present in front of them.
Yep.
That's what it is at the moment. We're doing a lot of brand awareness. No one really knows us at the moment. So that's what we're fighting.
Awesome.
Is to get our clients, excuse me, because I'm a bit congested, get our clients to think of us before the competition.
Yeah.
And that's what we're working on at the moment.
That's it. Well, you guys are memorable, like they will remember you, but yeah, you do need to be in their face, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's my sole role at the moment.
Absolutely.
Is to be on the phones to them and in the face.
Yeah. Nice. And tell us more about your goals. Like, what is it that you really want to achieve? Like, what is it you're going for?
Right. So my goals are I want to double my listings each and every year.
Nice.
Which is, I know it sounds like a tall target. If we get X amount this year, I want to double it next year. I want to double it next year.
Perfect.
And I want to I want to be walking into freedom and people are looking and going, oh, that's Stephen Velms. They're the ones that are they're selling. That's what where I want to be.
Nice. Yeah.
And I want to create some freedom for myself.
That's brilliant. Yep, fantastic. And you've obviously got a fair bit of experience in the property game as well. Like, you've owned multiple homes and you've been through the process many a times.
We have. We've moved 16 times in 24 years.
Yeah,
and we've had multiple properties at one time as well. I have a story, but I mean, it's a bit long. I'll try and keep it short if I could. But we bought at auction back in the UK. We'd bought one house. We sold two homes that we had when we first got together. And to get into the village, we had to sell those two to buy one because they were so much more expensive. And we bought a nice barn conversion. And after 6 months, we realised that we couldn't afford this barn conversion. Although we got enough, a lot of equity in the house, the mortgage payments were a lot higher. So our thought process was, actually, let's go out and buy 2 apartments.
Yep.
So we bought one off plan and one second-hand one. And that worked fine. That worked fine until Velma noticed another house that she liked, which was an old 17th century 2 up, 2 down in half an acre in 40-acre field. And she said, I'm going to go and knock on the door and go and see if they'll sell. So she knocks on the door. Old lady comes. I'm sorry, no, we're not selling. You need to get in the queue. Velma comes home. Very next day, her mother rings up and says, did you go and see Mary Bullows yesterday? And Velma says, yes. Why? She's because she died last night.
Jeez.
And I'm like, oh my God, I have to live with you. Anyway, so it went through probate and we went to the auction. We were not in a position to buy this place. And the auctioneer was bouncing bids off the front row to the guy at the back. And Velma said, oh my God, you can't let it go for this. Put your hand up. And I said, well, can't put your hand up. We're not in a financial position. And I just went, you put your hand up. She put her hand up. The gavel came straight down on her, sold to the lady over there.
Oh, wow.
So now we've got 4 properties. Couldn't really afford any of them, but we've got 4 properties. And luckily, we put our house on the market that weekend, and we had 7 people through, 5 proceedable, and we sold it.
Yeah,
and then we moved into that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got a few stories like that.
Yeah, nice.
We're risk takers. We like property. We've done renovations. Bought, sold, you name it. We've done it. But we love property.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's your story with people, like you can talk to them about that. You can talk to them about, the different situations, the different scenarios that you've been through, and, you can appreciate where they're coming from when they're selling their home, can't you? And buying a house as well. So, yeah, that's really important. But, what's gonna make you stand out in your area then, other than door knocking and telling this story? Like, what could you do to get noticed?
Well, that's something we're working on at the moment. We haven't found that niche concept yet. We're still working on that. We're still trying to, talk about it and find out what we can do. We're not sure at the moment.
Yeah.
But when we find it, you'll know.
Nice. No, it's coming. I think, just trying to be the specialist of something at the start. I think that's really important, you know. But you're still obviously listing whatever you can. If you work those buyers, especially the buyers that got houses to sell, you work the hottest buyers and try and find listings for them. I think these are all the things that help you get through these stages. Obviously, if people can't sell and they're on the market with other agents and they want to give someone else a chance, there's opportunity there. There's properties that have been withdrawn from the market. There's those as well. And obviously leaning into, you know, local businesses and relationships and building these things and just being around, like getting noticed. Like things will just fall for you if that happens, you know. But you've got to be, you know, you got to be in their thought pattern when they're thinking about selling, because most sellers, they probably pick 3 agents to interview. And if you are one of them and we work on this presentation and we get that absolutely tuned, and then you start to explain, you know, your history in real estate and how many houses you've sold. Then you talk about the team and, you know, well, this is what I do, this is what Velma does, and we're going to nail this for you. And we can go through all of that process. And then you talk about your marketing and how you're doing it slightly different. And this is why I want to do it this way. And I feel like if we do this, this is the reason we can get you more money. And
absolutely,
you know, like I think it'll all just start flowing. You know?
I feel like it's there. Honestly, yeah. I feel like it's just, I can smell it.
Yeah.
I'm just not quite sure how far away it is, but I keep saying to Velma every morning, I'm uber positive about real estate.
Yep.
I love it to bits. And I said, I can feel it and I can smell it.
Yep.
Just can't touch it yet.
Definitely. Yeah, I've met a couple of your sellers, and I was with some of the sellers on the weekend. They came through a property of ours. You're selling their house at Vicky Point at the moment, and they couldn't speak even more highly of you. You know, right. So even though the house isn't sold yet, they feel really confident in what you're doing for.
Well, we got an offer on it, so
they accept it.
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah. So
that's
this
so
week,
good.
Yeah. So
did it come up from that original offer?
No,
I didn't.
No.
Oh, I reckon I gave him a little nudge then at the open home. Yeah, that's brilliant. That's awesome, because they were umming and ahhing about it, that offer. And I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, just make it up on the buying side.
Oh, sorry. I'm misinterpreted what you're saying. From the original offer.
Yeah.
Then it come down to another offer.
Okay.
But it's gone back to the original.
All right. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
awesome.
They're happy. They're stoked.
That's
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Yeah, that's so good. I'm so happy for them.
Yeah.
They're good buyers now then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so good.
Yeah, they're nice people. They just needed a bit of guidance.
Yeah.
A bit of a nudge in the right direction.
Absolutely.
And yeah, they're nice people.
So good, mate. So good. But yeah, these results, you know, like you just got to leverage them now, and you're away. So yeah, I'm pretty intrigued to see which way your business is going to go. It could be very steady, but it could definitely go like this as well.
Right. I'm aiming for this.
Yeah. Definitely, we all are. But in order to go like that, then you do have to take some risks, and you do have to go 150%, and you got to win these listings. You know, like if you're doing listing presentations right now and you're not listing them, we have to fully work on that preso, and we have to make sure you get these listings.
So we're actually doing everything. Well, we believe we're doing everything to the letter of the law that you have been teaching us and showing us.
Yeah.
And now it's just a matter of the presentation.
Yep.
And making sure we nail that.
Fantastic. Well, I'm excited. I'm stoked to have you guys here at Freedom, and we appreciate everything you're doing. And yeah, it's an exciting business to watch. So, Steve, thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having us,
mate.
Thanks, mate.
No worries.
Cheers.